Good morning. How is everyone? Sorry I was running a little behind here today. But here we are. We are where we are when we are, right? I'm Belinda, and welcome to Just Be Yoga and our home yoga practice live today, Wednesday, September 30th. Whether you're here live with us or you're here on demand, I really appreciate you joining to share in practice. It's been a wonderful year of growing and learning as we confront the challenges. And what better way to use your yoga to navigate those challenges to help us practice it for out in the real world, because the real world's like encroaching in, right? All right. Well, welcome to everyone. If you're new, we work on a progressive program of developing our personal yoga practice. It's cool if you're just dropping in, that's fine, but just know that there are some aspects I might be talking about that if you're not familiar with it, go and check out our blog at justbeyoga.com. This week, our theme is tapas, or discipline, devotion, the heat that's generated when we apply ourselves toward a positive change. So we're applying ourselves to that discipline for our physical health, for our mental health, for our spiritual health, so that we can continue to actualize our highest being. Tapas can be interpreted as going hard and strong and sweaty and confronting the things that make you want to quit. And if you're not of that kind of sort in your mind, because that can be a little rigid, that can feel a little boot campish, it's also a way of looking at applying myself to things that I'm not really enthusiastic about, or applying ourselves to slowing down. And that has its own constitution of heat, right? Making ourselves sit and be still. Anybody who's ever been put in timeout, right? You're brewing and stewing in that timeout, and you're just sitting in that stillness. So sometimes holding postures for a long time, or even some of the reclining postures, can feel like a heat that's being generated. Okay, so this week our poses are our sun salutations, tree, boat, and bow pose. That doesn't mean we won't do any of the other postures that are involved in a practice, but those are the areas that we're going to use to focus to help us keep our intention on what we're learning about tapas. I did go ahead and post a blog post up yesterday about tapas, so please feel free to go to justbeyoga.com, check out the blog post. If it gives you some reading tips, as well as some ideas about also the breath practice and the Kundalini practice that we're going to do. All right, so we're going to start. Good morning, Kara. Hey, good. I'm glad that you're joined with us. Let's get started with setting our intention, maybe looking at your journal, anything that you may have written to yourself about what you want to practice this week, about devotion. What does it mean to embody devotion? What are we devoted to? How do we apply ourselves? How do we show up in that devotion in our body, our breath, our mind, our words, our relationships? What is it that you're asking yourself to work on this week? And we'll arrive with a few cleansing breaths, grounding and rooting, checking in with our physical body, checking in on the breath. Invite it to join you on your mat. And let's check in on our mind. Invite your mind to come and be dedicated to being right here. Not distracted about something else that's coming up later today. Not distracted about an emotional space. You are worth this moment. We are worthy of this time and attention. Let's breathe in and lengthen upward, shoulders down. Feel what you feel in your bodies. What's reaching? How are we feeling that dedication, that devotion, even that heat of activity starting to brew? How are we wearing it? And it can be different today. And we'll invite a twist. Choose your direction that you want to start on. Let the breath enter into the twist. Maybe work the neck. We're dedicated and devoted into occupying our entire body. Feel as much of this body in the range of its motion and ability. And breathe in, coming back up to center, opening the jaw. And then we'll find our other side, twist and revolve. Are there areas of the body that are not letting this movement occupy us? How are we applying our dedication? Are we forcing it? Or are we doing it with some kindness? And let's breathe in, coming back up to center. Hands to prayer. Let's go ahead and switch legs. So you could be at crisscross applesauce. I think some of you are noticing I like a kind of a half lotus. I kind of smurge between Sukhasana and half of a lotus, Ardha Padmasana. But that's me finding out where my hips want to be this morning, right? Finding that respect, and yet I'm still dedicated to staying in my practice. I'm still working on a seated space mindfully. All right, we'll breathe in and lengthen upward. Feeling that lifting from as much of my whole torso as I can. Maybe deliberately bring the shoulders up by the ears and then ask them to come down, and then just kind of scan. Are you lifting from the center of the belly? Are you lifting from the mid-back? Can you send your mind there and say, I'm committed to occupying my whole body and letting my whole body be involved in this lift? Gentle side bend, wake up the side of the body. Oh, what's moving, what wants to move? And we'll lengthen upward. Choose the rate that you're moving. Exhaling it over. Working on just allowing, committing to feeling the side body start to accept movement. And we'll lift it up. Choose your pace. And now elbows out to the side. So we did this Kundalini spiral yesterday. Start to wake up our third chakra, our solar plexus area, our center core. All right, relaxing the neck, occupying our bodies with ease and steadiness as we start to turn on the engine, revolving, feeling this twisting, the energy of torsion, which requires some force and some yield at the same time. Feel that engine starting to fire within you. Notice where heat is starting to generate elsewhere in the body. Heat as in tension. How are we feeling heat? How are we experiencing it, perceiving it? And the breath. Are we finding range without force? How is our breath getting stimulated as some body heat is starting to be generated? Mental heat. And can we remain committed, devoted, disciplined? Beautiful. Let's come to center. Breath in. Exhale, side bend. As we feel that heat still in the side of the body, is that allowing for a little bit more movement? Breath in. That heat helps us create change. Exhale it over. So the change is in the body as the body is warming up. What is going on? Breath in. And let's find a twist. Feel that center solar plexus starting to twist and release, coming to center. Where are you lifting from? Exhale, twist. Remember, ease and steadiness wherever we are. Inhale, back up. And here we go. Another Kundalini spiral if you wish to join. Feel your sit bones, your anchor. Where is the movement being born from? Is it down at the low back? Is it in the neck? Is it in the shoulders? I'm not going to say where it should be. We're starting to bring that gaze within and notice what is going on. Maybe your pace starts to find its own rhythm. Perhaps you start to ask yourself, could you take that pace up a notch? Commit, stay, feel. Breath. Honor the energy of the breath. Feel that spiral twisting in the spine, in the core. I know I'm feeling heat starting to glow, emanating mostly in the upper body. Using that exhale to ventilate that heat. Good. Come to center. Breath in. Shoulders at ease. Exhale. Side bend. What's changed in the side bend now? How is the side of the body accepting movement and change toward health? How is this helping create more space in our body for us to occupy? For circulation, respiration, elimination, breath in. We want these bodies to be fully functioning and healthy. Exhale it over, living within its range, right? Not stagnant, but not pushing ourselves beyond our limit. We're learning that in the yoga. It's a wonderful relationship we get to create. And let's breathe in, hands to prayer. All right, we did our Kapalbhati breath yesterday. So it is a heat generating breath. We want to work on feeling the abdomen and a diaphragmatic breath on the inhale, letting the belly expand out freely. All right, do not do this if you have any sort of seizure disorder, blood pressure disorders, any kind of spasmodic disorder. All righty. But the diaphragm transects the body. And so when we breathe in and let the belly expand out, the diaphragm comes down like such. But then when we're going to force the air upward, we're going to tighten those muscles and let that diaphragm push the air up. All right. So we're going to breathe in, let the belly expand out big. Big and round. You can go ahead and hold it just to be sure. Now, with the mouth closed through the nose, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All right, try not to do it through the shoulders or upper back. Breath in. Low belly. Still sitting up with intention in your torso. You find a pace and see how many of these you can do without getting anxious, without wanting to quit. How does it feel to generate fire with our breath? Where does our mind go? Are we still devoted to spirit, or did we start to get rigid around wanting to do the thing? How much lung capacity are we increasing in that inhale? Forceful exhale, releasing out toxins forcefully. Awesome. Let's do a nice deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out the mouth. Sit in a moment of quiet. Embody your intention. Feel the glow of your energy. And I'll invite us to come to our bellies. All right. So we're going to come down to the bellies. Notice what we notice in the body. We've already stimulated a lot of fire in our core. Feel the body resting, lying down with the belly facing the earth. Feel your breath. Check in on what you're devoted to for you, for coming to your practice. Devotion. I'm here to express that devotion and discipline. Let's lift the right arm and the left leg. Breath in, exhale, lower. Now soften all of your muscles and observe, okay, what had to work and what got to release. Other side, left arm, right leg. Feel the right arm pressing down. Apply that dedication to being in the physical body and its ability, its range of movement and freedom. Exhale, lower. Soften the neck. So we fully commit and apply ourselves to the release, fully commit and apply ourselves to the initiation and activation. All right, right arm, left leg, breath in. Exhale, lower. Left arm, right leg, left in, lift up. And lower. Fully release and switch sides. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. What is your body telling you about what it can do? Inhale. With ease. Exhale. Can our body reflect our spirit as we go? Inhale. Who are we? And exhale. All right, both ends if you want to join. Inhale. And exhale. What happened to our breath there? Inhale. And exhale. You can certainly have a different pace than I do. Breath in. And breath out. Walk the arms in. We'll bend the right knee back behind us. And reach back and find that foot or ankle. Invite that heel to your butt. Feel your front of your thigh, your quads, your hip. All right, what is the energy that you're applying? Is it one that's forceful or loving? And release. Feel the release. I had to check myself. I was ready to just keep going and doing the thing. Dedication isn't just always to the extreme. It's also to the yin side of things, right? The positive and negative charge. So let's apply ourselves to the release, not just the going and the doing and the doing. We'll bend the left knee. Reach back, find that foot. Feel the contact the hand has with the ankle. What is going on in the front of that left hip, this side? What is it saying? How is it accepting movement? Space. Is the body and the breath and the mind working together? Are we still committed and we feeling states of change going on? And release. All right, I'm going to lower my chest down. I'm going to bend these knees and see about finding the feet or ankles of both and let the head release. Feel the breath. Now you could use a strap back here to hold the legs if reaching the ankles is too far. What's softening and tightening? How much range of breath are we allowing? What's changing right now? And let's release those legs. Gently press your way up to hands and knees, and we'll find child's pose. So now maybe you need some added cushioning under your knees. Perhaps you want to have your knees wider. Feel your back. Scan your whole physical existence. Skin, flesh, bones. Breath in. Breath out. All right, the sun salutation. Breath in as we come forward to hands and knees, tucking the toes, lifting the hips, downward facing dog. Do what you need here, but stay in the mindset about what you're committed to, your discipline. What is your intention about tapas? Breath in, push the butt up. Exhale, left knee down, stepping the right foot up, perhaps helping it up there. You could walk your hands up the right knee. Breath in and lift. Exhale, hands down. Step the left foot up and roll the spine up. Breathe in and lift. Shoulders down, find some ease. Exhale, flow the upper body forward. Breath in as we lift the chest. Maybe the hands are at the shins, knees could be bent. Let's step the right foot back, keeping that knee down. Find security before we rise up. Breath in. Exhale, hands down. Step that left knee back. Maybe find hands and knees plank or extended plank. Lower down, breathing out. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath. Exhale, right knee down. Step the left foot up. When you're ready, breathe in as we rise. See if we can find continual flow. Hands down, step that right foot up. Rolling the spine up, experiencing the body in movement and intention. Inhale, exhale, folding it forward. You can be soft in those knees. Half flat back. What are we lifting? Hands down, stepping that left leg back, knee down. Inhale, rise. Commit and devote. Feel sinking and lifting. Hands down, stepping back to plank and lower through. Breath in, offer the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in. Exhale, left knee comes down, stepping the right foot up. Maybe you take a longer stride. Feel what's changing. Inhale, feel your heartbeat, the body heat, hands down. Step that left foot up. Don't rush, stay soft. Rolling the spine up. Breath in. What are we learning and becoming aware of in the body? Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in and lengthen the chest. Hands down, step that right leg back, knee comes down. Breathe in, rise, your pace, your feeling, your breath. Hands down, stepping to plank. Find your plank and lower through. Feel where we are. Breath in, lift the chest, your authenticity in your body. Exhale, down dog. Feel the throat, feel the breath, feel your heat. What's that relationship? Right knee down, stepping that left foot up. Breath in, let's lift. Exhale, hands down, step the right foot up. Roll the spine up. Breath in, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Breath in, lift the chest. Stepping that left leg back, knee down. Feel your pacing. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step that right leg back. Find your plank. Maybe you need to change the pacing so that you can sustain. Breath in. You don't have to keep up with me. Hopefully you feel this pattern now. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in. What's lengthening? Are you still dedicated to doing the practice? Right knee down, stepping the left foot up. Breath in. Maybe lift the chest a little bit more. What's changed in the hip, in the chest? Hands down, step that right leg up. Are we feeling the legs feeling strong? Half flat back, breath in. Forward fold, breath out. Let's do that again. Breath in, lengthening the chest. Touch, love your body with tender touch. Forward fold, letting it go. Chair pose, sink down in the knees. Pull the butt back, lift the chest, chair. Forward fold, let it go. Bend the knees, sink the butt back, lift the chest, chair. Maybe you want to lift the arms. How much ease are we carrying? What is your body expressing about your spirit? Forward fold, let it go. Feel your fingers, your wrists. Where are we carrying tension? Bend the knees, lift the chest. Offer. You're still dedicated to your practice. You don't have to be committed to the chair. Are we committed to the practice? Forward fold. And the practice is connection. Bending the knees, sinking the butt. lifting the chest. This is your expression of your heat. Forward fold, your heat of positive change. Deep breath. Sigh it out. Ha. We'll step the left foot back, back foot flat. Maybe widen it out a bit. That right foot could be over to the right edge of your mat. And we'll come up. Pulling that right hip back, left hip forward. Feel the sinking in the legs. Lift from the hips. Excuse me. Lift from the waist. Feel your heart beating. Feel your eyes seeing. Feel your ears hearing right here. What is your awareness, your consciousness level right here in this body, in this state? Hands down, step that left foot up, and we'll trade it out, stepping that right foot back. So the back foot is flat, aiming the right toes to the front right corner of your mat. Left knee is bent over that heel. Maybe you're too wide or too long. Maybe you need to lengthen it back more. Okay, we'll find our stability and don't knock ourselves over as we come up for warrior one on this side. Left hip back, right hip forward. Where are you in the legs? Are you committed to sinking in the lower body and feeling the lift, the level of aspiration in the upper body? What are we dedicated to right now? Are we dedicated to perfecting something, or are we dedicated to just feeling, dedicated to keep going? To say, I will practice and just stick with it, not perfect a damn thing. We're just here to practice or play. Breath in, hands down, step the right foot up, maybe feet together. Bend the knees, sink the butt back, lift the chest chair. Shoulders down, relax the spine, relax the belly. Weights in the back of the heels. Can you explore that edge a little bit more? Changing something about what we're doing in the alignment or the energy helps us be aware of change. Change is always going on. But we feel like we've got to be the one in charge of doing it. And forward fold. Deep breath. Sigh it out. Bend the knees, sink the butt down, lift the chest, maybe sink a little deeper. Say, can I do that? Could I explore it? Could I feel this? Who am I when I feel this? And forward fold. Did I do that with aggression? Did I do that as my true self? I get another chance, bending my knees, sinking the butt back. Maybe you say, oh yeah, those arms part, that was really creating some irritation. Oh, but I'm a kinder person in my chair here. And forward fold. I don't know what your expression felt kinder. For me, hands at prayer did. All right, one more. Bend the knees, sink the butt back, lift the chest. Where's the weight? Where are you practicing a new edge? A new edge where the thought is going, I don't know. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can. And look, how many seconds have still elapsed and we're still doing it. Whoa, what did we learn? Breath in, could we lift that chest more? And forward, fold, deep breath. We'll step the left foot back, bend the right knee, breathe in and come up. Warrior one. Pull that right hip back. Sink down. Go taller in the chest because you believe. You believe in what you're reaching for in life. You believe. How do we wear aspiration? How do we wear it in the flesh, in our bones, in our organs? How do we activate it and show it as a movement and action in our bodies? And does the feeling that we're feeling, does it match our aspiration? Or is it feeling aggressive, rigid, fiery? We can feel fire and it feels like our aspiration. Is it a sharp fire? Is it a dull fire? Do we know? Sink, lift, and hands down. Step that left foot up. Feel the states of change that are going on. Right foot back, back foot flat. Feel where you are. Feel your skin in contact with your mat. We're really amplifying our awareness. And we'll rise up. Left hip back, right hip forward. Feel your feet, your ankles, your bones. Feel the breath in your body, your heart beating. Give them all your attention. What are we dedicated to? Hands down, we're going to step to plank. Take your time as you lower to elbow height. And then to the floor. Don't drop yourself to the floor. We're giving mindful attention to our action. Breath in, gradually lifting the spine, holding, breathing. What's clenching? What's preventing more movement right now? What do you have to loosen to let movement in, right? Tightness isn't going to facilitate the movement. We got to loosen something. Start with the mind. Apply yourself to saying, I want to feel this out. I am dedicating myself to observing, learning, seeing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. What are you dedicating to in muscle action, in awareness of digits, joints, flesh, muscles right here, in the pelvis, in the abdomen, in the spine? Are you letting the neck go? What needs to let go? What needs to be activated right now? And we'll shift it forward to plank. Breath. Lower down as slowly as we can. Present and aware. Observe your mind. What are we dedicated to in our minds? How do we want to talk to ourselves in our minds? Breath in and lift. Offer, soften. This is your heart you are reflecting. How is your body? Shining your spirit right here. And downward facing dog. Shoulders away from the ears, up toward the ceiling. Tilt the tailbone up, push the heels down, squeeze the legs. Bring your awareness into your palms. Where is the pressure digging the most? Can you disperse that dig a little more evenly through the index finger, through the thumbs, through the middle finger? Yeah, could you put more weight into your middle finger downward right now? How could it provide support? How about the ring fingers, both of them? Are you aware of a right arm more than the left? What's changing? What's still lifting in the pose? What are we noticing about applying ourselves and dedicating ourselves to observing and applying ourselves physically? Both of those applications going on. Observe and apply, observe and apply. And we'll bring the knees down. Let's swing the legs out in front of us. Find your Dandasana, our staff pose. Maybe pull some fleshy bits out from under so we can feel the sitting bones. Your legs could be a little apart or they could be closer together. The closer together they are, maybe a little bit more intensity is going to be going on in the backs of the legs. Flexing the toes. How aware, how much can we continue to apply ourselves? That dedication, devotion into opening the feet. Active feet. Be in the feet. Doing what feet do. How expansive can we be in them? How long can we continue to sustain this applied dedication? What is changing in the flesh of the feet and in our mind as we're doing this? Can we still apply the chest to lift upward? And when our attention goes away, I love that Claudia had said yesterday, right? That working on that dedication, devotion, that discipline, really is closely linked into focus, into dharana, right? That limb of our yogic path. Focus and concentration. But we want to do everything with ease and steadiness. There's Claudia, I just quoted you. Breath in, let's lengthen upward. Exhale, hinge at the hips and roll the spine up. What's still lifting? Are you still applying yourselves in your feet? Exhale, forward fold. What wants to move? What wants to change? What doesn't? Roll the spine up. Breath in. Are we inviting change or are we demanding it? Exhale, forward fold. You get to choose how your yoga is today. Is it one that's loving, compassionate, kind of consenting, forward fold? Or is it one that's rigid, forceful, domineering, forward fold and hold. Breathe. What's changing right now? What's changing in the low back? What's changing in the inner thighs? What's changing in the hamstrings? What could we change in the shoulders? What's changing in our breath? How fully are we living in our breath? Find a new edge in your breath, just like we did in the chair. How do you find a new edge? Could you take in a sip in a little bit more breath? Where did that breath go to? Where did you find a little bit more room in your body for that breath? Did you even know that space was there? And we'll roll the spine up. Hey, Dina, good to see you. All right, so let's bring the feet in. I'm going to go ahead and turn back sideways. I had come up so that I could see. Joe here for a full class, early out. We'll do recording. Okay, good to see you, Joe. Nice of you to join us. Okay, feet down, chest up. Try to hold that chest up, feet flat. Feel the feet pressing down. Feel your navel pulling to the spine. Try not to round or cave the back. Where's your mind? Occupy your whole body right now. And how is your whole body reflecting your spirit? All right, so what's going on in your face? What's going on in your neck? What's going on in your shoulders? Are you wanting to reflect the peacefulness, or are you just like, yeah, I only play that on TV? Can you actually do it? How do we know unless we try and say, okay, I'm really trying to be peaceful right here, but whoa, this is hard work. Yes, hard work. Peacefulness is hard work. It isn't an automatic. It doesn't just like drop on us, right? No, we got to apply ourselves. Okay, yes, this is hard, and I am still reflecting love. Yes, this is work, and I am reflecting love. I am working at love. Dedicate, devote. Where's the heat building? How is heat being reflected differently in the body? I'm feeling it in my low back differently, in my groin differently, in between the shoulder blades, my jaw. If you want a little extra, you can lengthen those arms up, shoulders down. Don't carry them up here, bring them down. Be here, feel what's going on. Don't let the knees splay. Breath. What are we feeling? And when you start to feel the edge that feels like you're cutting yourself with a razor, let's not do that. Let's do love. Let's do love. And bottoms of the feet together, forward fold. Soften something. Be in the state of change that's going on here. Feel the release of an intensity, not of the heat, not of the love. We're just releasing some of the intensity, some of the strain and the struggle. Let the breath carry that. Remind yourself, I'm on my mat, I'm practicing my practice of connecting to me, my practice of connecting to the essence of who I am and who I'm becoming. And we'll roll the spine up. We'll bring the bottoms of the feet down, maybe legs together. Now, some of you may want to come up on the tippy toes here and then lift the feet up or keep the feet down. Squeeze those inner thighs. Breath. And the mind can go, whoa, I'm feeling a tremor. Whoa, I'm shaking. And then notice what the afterthought is that you never would say out loud, right? And maybe that is, I don't want anybody to see this. Or, oh God, why is this so hard? I should be able to. And notice how many times we're shooting on ourselves. Breath. And say, I'm here still shining my best being. This is what I have today. This is how I'm going to wear my spirit, my reflection of my highest self right here. Bottoms of the feet together, folded forward, deep breath. And observe anything inside of your gut that's going, oh God, is she going to say we want to do another one of these? And remember that this is your practice, not mine. All right. So maybe there's an edge in there that goes, I should probably see what's there on that edge. I've never been there. I've always opted out. Or maybe there's a part of you that's like, you know that everything in you would be exhausted and spent, and that your spirit is saying, you got nothing to prove. So feel that out. Do we know the difference? And that takes practice too, right? We might need to keep cutting ourselves with that razor before we learn. Or maybe something's got to grow, right? Grow in our strength engine. Grow in the physical body that says, okay, I got you. All right, yesterday I didn't have you, but right now I got you. I got you for 30 more seconds. And you're like, really? You do? Breath. And then your spirit trusts it, and the spirit's like, oh, I don't have to frown. Hey, body is here. Thank you, body. Amazing body. I had no idea you could do this. Maybe you're like, okay, body. Now we're going to stay in that positive change. See what you got. See what you want to give me. Maybe you want to give me a 2 inches, legs 2 inches off the floor, chest 2 inches off the floor. Maybe the body's like, that was not a part of the contract. So what's going on? And bring it back up. Or maybe you stayed down and 2 inches. Breath. What's my spirit? It got a little angry there. But my playful Belinda is still right here. So I know, all right, my spirit's with me. My body's with me. Bring it up, body. Said, I don't know. And 2 inches. I'm still only doing this to cultivate my highest being. Breath and release. Let's all just lay it down on our backs. Deep breath in. Sigh it out. Feel the dissipation of energy. Feel it as a process, as a state of change. Feel the physical body, what's going on. Feel your breath, body, what's going on. Feel your organs, all of your senses. Let your higher spirit occupy all that you're aware of physically. Let your physical body reflect that. And we'll invite the left knee into the chest, give it a hug. We'll come on over onto our right hip, into a spinal twist. What's changing? Are we still practicing creating space for the breath as well as the body? How much more room does that breath want to occupy? Now that the body is warmed up and the breath feels less restricted, like, oh, I can stretch out inside of this body. And how is this breath carrying your spirit? As you're twisting out your engine. Are you still practicing this pose, or are you just hanging out here ready to go to sleep? There's benefit to sleep, but there's also benefit to staying in practice, and you get to hold yourself accountable. Tapas is kind of that accountability aspect of practice. It's also not a space that many people can hold you accountable on. Only you can. You know where your intention is right now, or whether you're doing like Sudoku in your head. That would be hard. And we'll gently come on back to center. Let's pull the forehead up to the knee. Are we still pulling that thigh in? Are we feeling the groin? Can you feel a stretch in your spine? Could you lift your upper back a little bit more? Dedication. And lowering it down would change it in our perspective, in our physicality. Left leg lengthens, and then we'll bring that right knee in. Feel your spine occupy your whole body. Whole body. Occupy your whole spirit. And just as we're getting to know new aspects of our physical body, what aspects of our spirit are we learning? Are we growing? Making room for? And we'll find the other side. Twisting, revolving. How much more wholly you, wholly connected to you do you feel right now? What's the quality of the chatter in your head? Is that chatter reflecting your higher being? The you that you know you are in your purest essence. Yes, you can wear that person, wear that spirit all the time. You can let them out. Let's bring ourselves back up. And we'll pull the forehead up to the knee. Pull the knee toward the forehead. Can you feel equal action going on? Breath. Could I lift more? Could I? Could I pull that knee anymore? Can I still take my breath with me? And the quiet mind, I'm still committed to staying in whatever it is I'm dedicated to in this practice today. And we'll bring the chest down. Lengthen the legs out. All right, we're going to roll over onto our bellies. Take your time. Notice how you got there. Did you rush? Did you let go of that attentiveness? We're always still in practice. Everything is an opportunity for practice. Sphinx, forearms down, lifting tall through the crown of the head. Where is tension going on in your hips, your back? Remember, feel the freedom, the ease and steadiness. Is your breath finding all the room it needs to expand and move? Is your physical body finding space to move? What does it need to loosen to let movement in? What does it need to be cautious of if there are areas of the body that are saying, nope, don't move me, I'm really not feeling it? How do we remain dedicated and devoted while showing respect to the limitations of our bodies? All right, we're going to lower ourselves down and get ready for bow. And the bow is going to be the final space. Oh, you guys, I've totally forgot tree. Oh, well, we'll hit tree tomorrow. All right, so we're going to bend both knees. Maybe use a strap. So you got to swing the strap around behind the ankles so that you could grab it. And then if you are using a strap, let's see if you can get your hands as close to the strap as you can so that you don't have any slack in the line. Try to get the inner thighs as close together as you can. And then we'll rest the forehead and just observe what's going on. What's going on in your buttocks, your low back, your shoulders, your neck. Feel the front of your body, everything that's facing the floor, touching the floor. Try not to let the ankles splay out. Try to keep the feet as close together as you can. Notice what you're feeling in the front of the hips, front of the groin. Feel the breath pressing up against the belly into the floor. Now flex the toes so that you're making a handle out of the ankles. Keep your head down, keep the gaze down, and start to try to straighten the legs, letting that lift your chest. So as you're sending the feet back, that's starting to lift the chest. What do you need to soften to allow opening? Opening in the hips, opening in the thighs, opening in the chest. We're all in a different space. Be in your breath, your body, your spirit. Your body, your breath, your spirit. Your highest spirit. Make sure you're not just hanging on for dear life. Softly lower down. Hold the feet. Hold the feet. Ah. Maybe let the ankles fall out wide. Right ankle to the right, left ankle to the left. Scan the whole body. Release the energy of what we just did so that we can greet this moment. Legs back together, feet back together. Flex the toes. Use the legs to lift the chest. What are we experiencing differently? What changed? Was it just the viewpoint, or did the body change? Did the breath change? Find a new edge in breath. Maybe it's one more. Maybe it's three more. Make sure that you're practicing your highest being in that breath. When you found your edge and you're done, we're going to lower it down. Hang on to those feet if you can. Relax the ankles. Soften the shoulders. Who are we right here? What are we practicing? What's changing? Positive change. All right, feet together, flex the ankles, hold on. And lift. Feel your organs against the floor. Massage your organs, helping you eliminate, helping your veins and circulatory system, that wonderful pressing and expressing, clearing out our channels. And lower without snapping. We'll release the legs, turning the head to one side. Feel energy softening and releasing in the wrists, the arms, the shoulders, the spine, the low back, the belly, the thighs. Oh, your ankles. Stay in your practice. Don't tune out. What are you noticing about your heartbeat? What are you noticing about your flesh and the weight of the body pressing on the flesh into the floor? Let's press our way up. We're going to come to a seated space. You find the seated space that you wish for you, okay? Hands resting however you would like. And you let your body express holding itself upright and rooting downward in the bottom body. Be aware of your base. Be aware of your rise. Be aware of your breath. Be aware of your spirit. What are we dedicated to? What are we disciplined at? Feel yourselves remaining dedicated to sitting and observing. It's its own form of heat. Any resistance that we notice, any distraction, and reapplying our focus to being present. How is your body and your spirit being reflected right now? Or did you suddenly feel like you needed to get super serious? I did. And I had to remember, oh yeah, I'm a playful being. And that just about a little smile. And it just changes how I feel inside of my body because my body's carrying the smile. My seriousness looks different than others. And I still get to reflect my higher being, my true essence. Single Om, if you wish, allowing the sound vibration to just reverberate out of you. And let's feel its expression and how it is carrying your intention, your devotion. Deep breath. Hands to the heart center, holding your intention from your practice close to your heart. So that anytime you bring your hands in this position today, maybe it'll bring you back to your practice, bring you back to that intention and your dedication to expressing and wearing that intention in body, breath, and mind. All that is love and kindness in me is deeply grateful for the love and the kindness in you and your application of yourself to sharing your highest self. Namaste. Thank you all so much. I hope that you're able to find your home practice, set aside the amount of time that you want to commit to your asanas, our 4 poses. Let that tree go. I'm so sorry about that. And I got to forgive that. I'll write it in my own notes, my own journal. What was that? Why did I want to skip that? Or was I not able to apply my dedication to remembering what's in my gray cells? Oh, I am deeply grateful for you all. I'll stick around for a little bit if you have any questions about tapas, about discipline, about the practice that we had today. What was difficult? What was great? Hey, Ansel, it's going to have to. Sorry, Ansel. Your glutes have to help activate the backside to lift, okay? So yeah, it's okay. I wouldn't try to super duper squeeze them. And if there's something that you need to be observing going on in there, go ahead. You might discover that you have a level of release that you can let go. Others might be like, not today. And maybe a year from now, you have a completely different thing going on. But yes, the glutes are going to have to help create a stability line on the backside so that the front side can find the bowing. Thank you, Ansel. Hi, Kara. Oh, yes, wearing our aspiration. It is a challenge for our discipline, and it is what that connective tissue of the yoga is all about. So that we can not forget it, right? We don't stuff that over into a shoebox and then go out into the world and become, what holes. We want to be ourselves and wear ourselves and confront the hard. It's hard to be kind. And there's an ease, right? So there's a side to it all. Thank you. Okay, let's see what else Kara has. What am I diffusing today? Oh, that's some peppermint left over from last night's yin. I didn't change it. So that also is probably attributing to a little bit of my brightness right now because I'm all in the mintiness. And yes, Kara, you know what? The pandemic unleashed in me an affinity for marketplace. And on marketplace, I have been hunting and finding all kinds of lovely tapestries. But this tapestry is actually a gift from a student of Just Be Yoga, from Laurel. Laurel gave me this, maybe 2 months before the shutdown, so around January or February. So yeah, I'm glad that you like it. Thank you so much for asking. Good to see you, Ansel. It's been wonderful to have you joining. Check out the blog post, as I said. And please go forth and do good things today, everyone. Namaste.